Hey everybody, so I just want to do a really quick video and I'm going to be placing this on my stories, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about being on social media. So we just had a wonderful church service this past weekend, and I love my pastor. Just wanted to let you know that one of the associate pastors who actually conducted our wedding was the one who did the teaching, and I totally respect everything that he was saying and teaching. But I did have some objections to some of the points that he made from different perspectives. So I wanted to kind of reflect on that. So we were talking about social media and working with our children and helping them to have some balance in their life with social media, and kind of some of the conversations about selfies and how selfies have become a problem for people, and comparing themselves to others, and self-esteem, and becoming obviously a little bit self-centered. And I had a different perspective of it because I came from a place where I was afraid of my own picture. I didn't want anybody to see my image. I was afraid to face my own image. So, bye, sweetie. I love you. My daughter's on her way to school. Um, so I came from a place of shame for my image, and when I realized that I was dealing with that kind of a bondage, that I've been made in the image of God, and that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and that I have no reason to hide, that when I do share on social media and come in front of people, I am not coming from a place of, pride or arrogance or any of that. I'm coming from a place of trying to help others build confidence and see your value, and find that there is no shame in who you are, that we are loved and beautiful and made in His image. I'm coming to you right now post workout. Honestly, my makeup is, the way that I slept. I haven't even, taken a shower after my workout at this point, and I just roll out of bed, throw on my workout clothes, and come in. I do my studies and my prayer time. So, I'm at other points, when I go to work, I clean myself up. When I go out, I clean myself up. I put on makeup. I make myself very presentable, and that's completely acceptable and beautiful too. That there is no legalism and there is no bondage in that. And I know so many people are afraid to share their image on social media because somebody might think that they are being, arrogant or prideful or egocentric or something along that line. And I know people have beaten people down with that kind of criticism, and I reject that. I know people whose spouses or former spouses have criticized them for putting their own image up, and shamed them for doing that. I know people who have mocked me for being on social media so often and so frequently, that every time I pull out my phone and I start talking to you guys, or I take a picture of myself, I get an eye roll from them, or I'm told that I'm being prideful. And I reject that, because that is a form of discouragement. And again, the reasons people do that could be a million of them. Sometimes it's their own shame, their own self-doubt or insecurity, or just a lack of understanding of the intention behind it. But my intention is to help you see that you can be visible, and that you were created in a beautiful image, and that you have a value and a worth that is so much deeper and more powerful than just a surfaced image, and to help others to find the courage within themselves to be open and be visible and be known and to be free and to live beautifully in the life that you've been given and created. So I want to encourage you to do that, to come out and to share who you are. And I want you to know that when you see other people do that, that it is a wonderful thing to encourage them and to continue to inspire them. And obviously, it's kind of funny. There was a children's adolescent book series that came out a few years ago, Divergent. You may have been familiar with it. And they kind of talked about different populist groups, and one of the groups that they were you know, in a society with, was a group that wouldn't even allow themselves to look in a mirror, and that they had to dress in very drab blah clothes, and anything that they did, they had to always check their ego and, you know, be completely um, without an image kind of a thing, and that that was supposed to be some kind of form of humility, and in reality it's actually a form of pride, because they begin to pride themselves on being the most humble, which, you know, there you go. So once every time we get into that form of legalism and checking ourselves to um, you know, control ourselves to the point that we are comparing ourselves to other people, we are not free, and we have been created to be free. You know, when we walk in the image of God, we are created in a beautiful, glorious state, and that we are remade and we are reborn and we are given light, and we're told not to let that light hide, to shine it for other people to see, and to allow ourselves to draw other people to a place of hope, where they too can find the peace of God, and they too can find the courage to see how God loves them, and to understand the beauty that they were created in and the freedom that they have. So I want to encourage you to be proud of who you are and to love your image, not in the sense of loving yourself more than God, but loving yourself as God loves you, and seeing how God loves you, and seeing how that beauty can then reflect to others a courage that can bring them to freedom, that they can see how God loves them. So I encourage you to, you know, find what inside of you is holding you prisoner, and release that, and ask for that healing, and for God to show you how He has grace in that area for you, and that grace is abundant and it's available to you, and all you have to do is receive it. And when you receive it, you are free in it. So go be a delight. Go love what the life that you've been given, and love it out loud and love it freely, and let others love with you. All right. Have a wonderful, beautiful Wednesday. Bye, guys.